Hi, I'm James with Northwest Registered Agent, and today we have Jennifer with us. Jennifer, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Today, we're going to be talking about naming your Idaho LLC, and we'll discuss the various naming rules you'll need to keep in mind.
So Jennifer, a client in Idaho is asking me about naming their LLC. Are there certain rules they need to follow?
There are, like in most states, Idaho requires LLCs to have distinct names from one another.
Got it. So how do they know they're meeting that requirement?
Ultimately, it's up to the Idaho Secretary of State, but to be sure there aren't any other active business names, they can do an Idaho business search.
Okay, now I noticed you said active. Can they use the name of a dissolved entity?
Eventually, yes, but dissolved entities have the ability to use that name for up to 6 months.
So is there anything they must include in their name?
Idaho requires businesses to have their entity type of some sort in their name. So for LLCs, LLC just has to be in the name.
Got it. Is there anything they can't include?
Idaho prohibits misleading text, just leading people to believe they're providing a service that they're actually not.
So what happens if Idaho rejects their business name?
If it's not available, they just have to pick another one. If it's deemed not distinct enough from a current business, then there are a couple other options.
Got it. What would that look like?
They can go to the other active company and get a record of consent, giving them permission to use the name in Idaho, or go through the courts for a judgment giving them permission to use the name in Idaho. Either way, with those, they should contact a business attorney.
Awesome, thanks.
So today, we learned that your Idaho LLC has to have a name that is distinct from other Idaho business names. This judgment call will be left to the Secretary of State, but it's a good idea to check the Idaho Business Name Search. We also learned that Idaho requires your business to include the entity type in some form in the name. You can't include any misleading text that would lead others to believe the company provides a service it does not provide. Finally, we learned that if Idaho rejects your name because it is not distinct enough, you can try to obtain a record of consent or a court action establishing your business's right to the name. Either way, it's a good idea to consult a business attorney.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today and answering our questions.
Of course, anytime.
And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. State paperwork is hard. We can help. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. We've left links to the things we've discussed in the description below. We also picked out 2 other videos you might find useful. You need tools to build something big. Subscribe now.